Sounding exquisite.
Oh shit, we back again. What's up, what's happening? Come to the party and bring a friend. Fuck it, I'm bringing 10. Ooh, trying to chat a 10. Big boy trying to chat a 10. She said I was catchy. I said, so tap him in.
Touchdown!
Double cup, wow, I stuck smile when I puff loud. I touch clouds, catching touchdowns in my mind now, cause I'm zoned out. On a porch couch in the cloud. 2 coughs and I'm back now. 2 coughs and I'm packed out. Somebody give me a drink before I gotta sit down. I'm making hits now with a smooth style.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Trash Talk Tailgate. I am your host, Dr. Preston Rowe, defensive backs quality control coach. Riley, unfortunately, is not here today. He had to take a little business venture, but the show goes on, so it's just going to be me today, and we've got a great show for you. I'm really, really excited. We've got 3 really, really great college football games today that we are going to break down in just a little bit. But first, we've got to talk about Thursday night football and the absolute ass-kicking that the Los Angeles Chargers put to the Minnesota Vikings, 37-10 at SoFi Stadium. The Vikings only had 164 yards of total offense. That's really all you need to know. Carson Wentz did not play well. I don't think his offensive line played particularly well either. And the Chargers, they just got after him, man. The Chargers, fucking 9 of 13 on third down. You're going to win a lot of football games when you are that efficient on third down. That is just the reality. The Vikings, 3 of 11. The Vikings had 12 first downs the entire game. That's just, you can't do it. You can't do that. And the Chargers, obviously, they just almost 40 minutes of time of possession. That is absurd. And, you know, obviously this was an absolute ass kicking by the Chargers. Justin Herbert played really well, was very, very efficient. 18 of 25, 227 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Carson Wentz, very inefficient, not very efficient. 15 of 27, 144 yards, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And then, look, man, the Chargers, we talked about it all year. Even though their offensive line is banged up, obviously Rashawn Slater's out. Joe Alt, you know, he's been banged up throughout the year. Kamani Vidal, like their third string running back because Amarion Hampton's out for the year. 23 carries, 117 yards. Jim Harbaugh teams are going to run the football. They are going to establish the line of scrimmage. And they made Brian Flores' defense and the Minnesota Vikings look just not very good, to be completely honest with you. You know, this game, you really have to start to ask yourself in the aftermath of this game, oh, yeah. Dinker, I really appreciate you being here, man. We really, really appreciate you. Dinker, go hang out with your wife, man. Come on. I appreciate you. I very much appreciate you, Dinker. This is the question we have to start asking ourselves about the Minnesota Vikings. And I think Kevin O'Connell is a great, great football coach. He's one of the best young offensive minds in the entire sport. Did they fuck up by letting Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones? People forget, Daniel Jones was Sam Darnold's backup last year. Did they fuck up by letting both those quarterbacks go because they drafted J.J. McCarthy, who I was not very high on at all coming out of college, coming out of Michigan? I thought he was very much a game manager. Michigan didn't ask him to do a whole lot, and that team was very much ground and pound, play great defense. As we see with the Chargers, you know, just Jim Harbaugh teams, they do that. They run the football and they play great defense. But we have to ask ourselves, did Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings fuck up by letting 2 great, like really good quarterbacks go for J.J. McCarthy, who has really played 1 good quarter of football? And that's it. And that was against the Chicago Bears. So can you really say can you really say that that's a trend? Because you beat up on the Bears. Everyone beats up on the Bears. I think that is a real legit question that the Minnesota Vikings are going to have to answer. I feel like they are not getting nearly enough shit that they should be for their quarterback decision making. And it could ultimately cost them, man. They fall to 3-4. It's just they've been very, very inconsistent. I get it. They've had very inconsistent quarterback play, but the Chargers, they just fucking ran all over them, man. That's what Jim Harbaugh teams want to do. Yeah. Big Dog, shout out to you. Very much appreciate you. All right. Now, that was the Thursday night game. There's not a whole lot to really talk about for that. They kept Carson Wentz in the game way too long. It looked like he was visibly frustrated, and he also looked like he was in a lot of pain. Like, at that point, take the guy out, man. Just take him out. I don't like how the Vikings have handled their quarterback situation all year. And I think they need to start asking hard questions about that. But now we move to college football, where we've got an absolute banger. Number 8 Ole Miss goes to Norman to take on the number 13 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. And shout out to Wentz. Yeah, absolutely, Dinker. He was in serious pain. And I think that's why he threw his helmet. I think he was really, really hurt. And they just kept him in the game to get his ass kicked. It was malpractice, honestly. It was not a good look for Kevin O'Connell. And I really like Kevin O'Connell. But we move on. Ole Miss obviously coming off that heartbreaking loss on the road in Georgia, in Athens. This is now their second straight road game. And they take on a really, really elite level defense. This Oklahoma defense might be the best defense in the entire country, led by Brent Venables. And there's already been some shit talk. Lane Kiffin talking about how Brent Venables steals signs. That was a huge topic throughout the week. And I don't know if Brent Venables necessarily liked that. Here's my thing. Ole Miss, they obviously got off to a really hot start on the road in Athens. But then if you haven't, go watch our short talking about the Georgia halftime adjustments and what they did defensively under Kirby Smart to shut down that Ole Miss defense in the second, or that Ole Miss offense in the second half. Go watch that short if you haven't already. But what we talked about was Georgia, they started pressing up their corners and they got after Trinidad Chambliss and they made his life hell. They made him very uncomfortable. That's now on tape. And you could argue Brent Venables might be an even better defensive mastermind than Kirby Smart is. You're telling me Brent Venables didn't watch that tape and isn't licking his chops to go do exactly what Georgia did in the second half to Trinidad Chambliss and that Ole Miss offense? I don't know, man. I think Oklahoma, hopefully John Mateer, is healthier. The one bad game he had, he wasn't healthy. That one loss to Texas, he tried to go, and you have to give him credit for that, but he wasn't who he typically is. Ole Miss, I think they will scheme some things open. I think John Mateer will be able to make some plays, but I trust this Oklahoma defense, man. Their defense is fucking elite. Their defense is stout, and I trust them to get this huge win on the road, or this huge win at home. Ole Miss, I just can't imagine what it's like in that locker room right now after knowing how close you were to beating Georgia and you just couldn't finish. That had to be so deflating for them. I've been in locker rooms like that before. Yeah, Dinker, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, John Mateer is going to be back. I just trust this Oklahoma and Brent Venables defense. I get it. Ole Miss, I think they will score, but I think they'll get some schemed up things. But overall, I just think Oklahoma is just too good defensively to lose this game at home. That would be my thing. Dinker, what do you think? Who do you think wins this game? Just out of curiosity. Got to wait for Dinker. Oh. He's shaving. You're good, Dinker. You're good. We're going to go ahead and move on to another great SEC matchup. There was a lot of really good SEC matchups this week. Number 15 Missouri goes on the road to Nashville to number 10 Vanderbilt. That is right, folks. I said it. Vanderbilt is ranked in the top 10, and they 100% deserve it. People are going to think, oh, it's Missouri and Vandy. Missouri's obviously going to win. Fuck no. These are two very evenly matched teams. And I think Vanderbilt has the better quarterback in Diego Pavia. So here's the thing with Missouri. Yep. Ooh, he's getting ready for date night. Dinker, just let me know if you leave. I appreciate you postponing your date night for the TTT. That's really fucking cool. We will send you a sticker. Dinker, do you want a TTT sticker? Appreciate you, big dog. Dinker, do you want a TTT sticker? Wait, if you we'll figure out a way to get you a TTT sticker because we very much appreciate you. So anyway, the thing with Missouri is they have a really good running back in Ahmed Hardy, who's one of the more underrated running backs in the country. But the last few weeks, they've struggled to get him going. The thing about the Missouri offense and this Eli Drinkwitz offense, they want to hit explosives. They want to hit explosives in the run game. They want to be a very explosive, run-oriented team. And if you can shut that down early and not allow them to hit explosives, you make them very one-dimensional. And I don't trust Bo Pribula to beat you consistently with his arm. And, I think Vanderbilt, they obviously LSU struggles to run the ball anyway, but they shut down that LSU run game. I thought they did a really good job of that. Vandy was in that Bama game. Really, it was just the red zone turnovers that killed them. They really beat themselves more than Alabama beat them. Now, give Alabama credit. They won the game. But I still think people are sleeping on this Vanderbilt team. They know going into this game, we have to shut down Ahmed Hardy, and we have to stop their run game. And we're going to force third and longs, and we're going to force Bo Pribula to beat us with his arm because, quite frankly, we don't think he can. We think he's liable to turn the ball over one or two times, give us some short fields for our offense. And then Diego Pavia on the flip side, man. Vandy, they're so good at just staying ahead of the chains. That offense is so efficient with Diego Pavia and Eli Stowers. Who's going to be a first-round tight end, by the way? Vandy is going to have a first-round draft pick at tight end, which is fucking crazy. You have to give all of the credit to what Clark Lee has built there. They've got a really good football team. And I trust Vanderbilt to be able to stop Missouri's run game, force Bo Pribula into throwing some interceptions, making some bad throws, making some mistakes. And I think Vandy's going to capitalize. Because here's the thing. They stay on schedule, so they get into third and manageable, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. And then that's where Diego Pavia fucking kills you. Because you might have everything covered. You've got the perfect defense planned. But then he makes a guy miss in the backfield or he scrambles out of the pocket and he gets the first down. And it's a new set of downs. And that's just so demoralizing as a defense. Yeah, I appreciate you, Dinker. Dinker, do you want a TTT sticker? We will absolutely send you a sticker. Yeah. Oh, shit. We will absolutely send you a sticker, Dinker. Hell, a hat. If you want a hat, we'll send you a hat, too. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Enjoy your date night, Dinker. We very much appreciate you. So, I like Vanderbilt to win this game at home. I think it's going to be a great game. I don't trust Missouri in their pass game, man. I don't trust Bo Pribula. And I think Vanderbilt, quite honestly, is the better football team. So give me Vanderbilt to win this one. And, obviously Riley's not here. This is going to be a shorter show. This is going to be the game that I am really, really looking forward to. Number 3, Texas A&M goes on the road to the real Death Valley to play the number 20th ranked LSU Tigers. Look, man, this LSU offensive line is dog shit. They are not very good. They lost some NFL draft picks in this past draft. Obviously, Will Campbell is the most notable one, but they lost 4 of 5 starters on that O-line. And they have not played well at all this year. They still can't run the ball, and they struggle to protect Garrett Nussmeier. And then you've got Cassius Howell, who has 8 sacks coming off the edge for Texas A&M. He is going to wreak havoc in the LSU backfield. And I get it. It's in Death Valley. That is the one thing that gives me concern, because LSU in Death Valley at night is a fucking monster, and they will have that crowd fucking ready to go. And it's just, I don't know, man. I just think A&M is the better football team. Marcel Reed, I was skeptical coming into the year of Marcel Reed, but all he's done is prove me wrong. He has gotten better and better and better every single week. He has. And you've got Craver and you've got Concepcion, 2 great wide receivers for A&M. They've got a really, really good running back in Reuben Owens, former 5-star guy that kind of, had an up and down career, kind of plagued by injuries. But now he's playing really good ball. And Marcel Reed is not turning the ball over. Marcel Reed has 15 touchdowns to 4 interceptions with a 62% completion percentage. Like, I always thought that he was just kind of a one-trick pony, especially last year, where it was one read and take off and run. But he is starting to get really good at going through his progressions. So I very much am a fan of this A&M offense and then their defense. Like I said, led by Cassius Howell. I mean, you've got Torian York, the stud linebacker. Shout out Jack Lee. He's got 19 total tackles, 1 sack, he's got 19 solo tackles, 1 sack, 41 total tackles. This Mike Elko-led defense is one of the best in the country, and they've got players everywhere. And, I mean, Cassius Howell, he's just a monster. He's an absolute monster coming off the edge. The one thing that gives me concern, like I said, is LSU is at home. And I think they're going to they're going to want to make a statement. This is the number 3 ranked team in the country coming into their house. That's it. Like, if that doesn't get you fired up to go out there and win a football game, I don't know what else will. And Brian Kelly is potentially coaching for his job. They're not happy with Brian Kelly in Baton Rouge right now. But I don't know. I think A&M is the better football team. They really are. They are playing like one of the best teams in the country. They don't beat themselves. They play really good complementary football. They've got a quarterback that can beat you with his arm and his leg. He's getting better and better every single week, and they've got an elite level defense. That's a really good football team. That's a great football team. And this LSU team, they've lost 2 straight, obviously losing to Ole Miss. Then they just lost to Vanderbilt. And Vandy was the better team. Vandy was better than LSU last week. So I think A&M goes in the Death Valley and gets their first ever SEC win in Death Valley. That would be huge for that program. So give me A&M to go in there and get the road dub. Well, that's basically it. Let's just go run down real quick. Let's see what else we've got. UCLA at Indiana. UCLA, since they made a coaching change, since they fired Deshaun Foster, Since they fired Deshaun Foster, they're now 3-0. Obviously, Indiana, the number 2 team in the country, is 7-0. Indiana's just, they're a really good football team, man. You could think that this might be a letdown spot after they just, went on the road in Eugene and beat the shit out of Oregon. But, dog, Indiana, I'm not doubting Kurt Cignetti the rest of the year. I'm just not doing it. I can't doubt Kurt Cignetti. Syracuse at number 7 ranked Georgia Tech. Shout out, big dog. Georgia Tech, we know what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. Syracuse, they're not a very good football team. It would be very classic ACC if Syracuse did go on the road and get this upset, but I just don't see it, man. Brent Key has those guys ready. They are going to be absolutely ready to play this Syracuse team. I don't see a letdown for Georgia Tech. Give me the Yellow Jackets. We're not even going to go there. Let's see what else. BYU coming off a huge win at home against their arch rival Utah. They go on the road to Ames and Iowa State. I don't know, man. I'm done doubting this BYU team. I think BYU gets this win on the road. And Iowa State, they've just been decimated by injury. Their stud defensive tackle, Dominic Orange, he's probably not going to play. Iowa State, they've been decimated at corner. Their secondary has all these guys out. And BYU, they just know how to win football games. Kalani Sitake is a hell of a football coach. He just gets his guys ready to play. They know how to win those football games. I do like Illinois to go on the road and play Washington. I do, I think Illinois, they're a better football team than Washington is. That's going to be a tough place to play. But, I like Illinois. They're going to have some guys back from injury. Give me the Illini to go on the road and get a tough win. Other than that, I think that's kind of everything. Yeah. Well, guys, like I said, this was going to be a short episode. It was just me today. Riley obviously is not here. And, we'll see if he gets back for Sunday. I'm not sure if he will be or not. But thank you guys so much. Shout out to Dinker, man. We very much appreciate you. Everyone in the tailgate, everyone in the chat, thank you guys so much. If you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're everywhere on all social medias. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, obviously. Everywhere at Trash Talk Tailgate. We very much appreciate you guys. Tell a friend about us. If you've got guys that love football and you know people that love ball and want to come talk with a D1 football coach, the TTT is for you. Come join the tailgate. But with that said, I do got to get out of here, y'all. This is going to be a very short episode. Very much appreciate everyone. Thank you guys and enjoy your college football Saturday.